What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla to have a review of the Super7 Godzilla Ultimates. Godzilla vs. Spacegodzilla M.O.G.U.E.R.A 1994. That's right, my zillions. It is time to do another Super 7 Ultimates figure, and this time we have M.O.G.U.E.R.A. And in this wave, we do get M.O.G.U.E.R.A and a Spacegodzilla, fittingly, very nicely done on Super 7's part. I got mine at Entertainment Earth, and I do want to shout out and thanks to all the zillions that click my affiliate links, whether you do it in the description below or on Facebook. Wherever you do it, I do appreciate it because you help me pick up stuff for the channel for review when you do so, like M.O.G.U.E.R.A here. So really, I do appreciate that very, very much. I will be getting Spacegodzilla at a later date, but for now, we have a M.O.G.U.E.R.A to review. So without any further ado, let's get to that M.O.G.U.E.R.A. And here's M.O.G.U.E.R.A out of the package in a Ultraman Z chant my name pose, or you know, I want to say that, but every time I'm saying chant my name now in my head, I'm saying say my name. And every time I say my name, I'm all like, say his name and he appears. I believe in M.O.G.U.E.R.A. Anywho, here is M.O.G.U.E.R.A out of the package. And you know what? I like this guy. Now, I saw a bunch of initial pics from folks that got theirs before mine. No reviews, but just like a bunch of pics, you know, a bunch of different people on the webs. And, you know, I wasn't liking what I was seeing, and I was a little dreading this guy. However, I gotta tell you, I like him. You know, I think he's pretty cool. Honestly, he's not perfect. He's not perfect. And in a lot of ways, it feels a step back from the last wave, which was the Destroyer, which I gotta tell you, in time, I'm liking it less than I did before. I actually feel like I like this guy more than Destroyer right now. And the awesome skeletal Godzilla, burning, melting Godzilla. That one is friggin' phenomenal. In my, you know, early best of the year, you know, breakdown. But I dig this guy. Maybe it's because I really like M.O.G.U.E.R.A. Like, I really like this version of M.O.G.U.E.R.A. And that could play a part of it. And I feel like this chunky, beefy bot does the trick for me. Like I said, he's not perfect, and you just heard something. And it's this thing that fell out. It wasn't falling out when I first opened it, but then, you know, because it's just frictioned in, like, you know, keyed and frictioned, it's just like, once you remove it and you break that seal, it's kind of like, yeah, falling out is a little bit easier than it was before. Now, you know, there's things folks are gonna like and things folks are gonna dislike about this. Now, again, like I said, it's not perfect as far as, you know, finish and like little QC things here and there. But I think folks are really not gonna like this. And I didn't even do anything. Honestly, I didn't even do anything. So folks are not gonna like that. It's kind of like that the Mechagodzilla backpack. You know what I'm saying? And I think part of this is because this is rubber. This is all rubber. They decided to make this, or soft plastic, whatever. A soft, very soft, rubbery plastic. And I'm not sure about that at all. Like, that I don't think was a solid idea, honestly. You could have made all of this, you know, a more regular plastic, have a cut here with a little hinge here, and all of this with a hinged open, and hinged this middle piece would have hinged open. So you could have had your leg movements, which this does have, and except that's no good. So, you know, that happening, and you know, the rubber just don't work. Like, I mean, it just doesn't work. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, you know, they made all the cut here, but this is all one piece. Like, I mean, even if you cut this here, which I might do on my own, because, like, I feel like that'll help a little bit, at least with the articulation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think this is a problem, though. Like, you know, I think this was a bad choice, honestly. In my opinion, this rubber was a bad choice. And, you know, even that said, though, I still kind of like this guy. You know, I'm not going to say I don't, because I do. He's, I don't know, there's still something about him that I really like. So let's look at it, okay? This head sculpt is awesome. I love it. Like, the eyes look really good. It's a little choppy over here, and that's like what I said. QC, you know, is riddling this thing a little bit. It's kind of choppy over here a little bit. But it's alright, overall. The eyes look good. His little beak is not bad. This red thing over here is a little bit off in the forehead. Yeah. But overall, the head, you know, it does the job. It's cool. It's got character. I like. I mean, that's what I love about this M.O.G.U.E.R.A. He's got character, and I think that works all right. I think it does. The metallic blue that they used is actually really nice. It looks good on the neck. It looks good on these shoulder pads here. It looks good on the circular things that keep falling off. There you go. There's one, and there's the other. But as you can see, there is a lot of, like, when you zoom in close, you see a lot of little mess ups. So, a little paint splattering all over the place, not clean. So, I don't know. The tail looks pretty good. We'll just stick right here. This looks pretty good. The tail here looks really good. Let's zoom out a little bit. I like this color that they used here. It's really nice. Very, very cool. It's like a dark, like metallic brown, copper-ish type of look. It's pretty nice. Patina-ish. I don't know. It's good. I think the tail turned out pretty good. The colors look good. The sculpt is nice. Little blades here look really good. The big back blade looks awesome. The rest of the sculpt on the back is really nice. We were looking at these shoulder pads before. They look pretty good. You got that color again in there and in here. And although that looks a little darker, that might be just black. I don't know. Over here, it looks really, really nice. Going down the arm, you got, like, you know, these little thingies here that look good. Thingies! And then the little hands here look really nice, too, in black. And then it opens up and it reveals the blaster inside. And that's actually really, really well done. Nice sculpt, painted in silver. Here's the other side, looking pretty good. Going up this arm, yeah, all of that looks pretty good. And then the center here on the chest looks really good. The blue is good, nothing like, you know, paint coming out of that. Circular thing around it looks pretty good. You have orange here, that's pretty good. Orange here, that's good, but then there's one little paint splat right outside there. These over here are okay. And then we get to the rubber piece. And, you know, it doesn't take the paint as well. Like, the blue's actually coming out decent enough. But I feel like this color suffers a little bit here. You know, it's not as bold as it was before. So, you know, the different types of plastic take the paint differently. That's standard. Otherwise, you know, it's pretty clean on that piece, except for back here, which is actually not clean at all. You know, all this blue bleeds into this. On this side is actually clean. This side is not at all. I mean, look, what are you gonna do? It's not good. And then the legs here, it's okay. It's not perfect. And then the bottoms have the brown here again. Metallic brown. It looks pretty decent. The feet, again, not perfect, but I like the color and the sculpt is good. The sculpt is good on the bottom. And that's about it. Sculpt is good there. And all in all, like, here's the thing that's frustrating me, because all in all, I think this is really a good sculpt of M.O.G.U.E.R.A. Again, I really, really like it. I don't even know where the other thing... I see it, but I can't get it right now. But more than anything, these things popping out on me is a big pain in the butt. I mean, more than all the paint coming out of the lines and in certain spots and not, because that's whatever. I could deal with that long term. I'm used to bad paint, and it's not completely bad. It's just in spots, right? But stuff like this bothers the heck out of me, because obviously, like, they should have seen this coming. And obviously somewhere on the production part of things, during that whole time, you get back proofs and stuff. This is obviously going to be happening. If it's happening to me, you know, just playing around with it, I mean, obviously it was happening to them, and you know, they decided, well, we're gonna continue with that. The paint thing is one of those things. Well, you can't predict how the final product is gonna come out completely on every one of these, so I get that part, but this is controllable. And this initially was controllable, and I'm just gonna say this was a bad idea. Like, there's other ways to achieve this part without doing this, and it's just not befitting of a robot to have this. You know, like, I mean, soft plastic on a robot for me does not work. Like, I want my robots rigid, you know, die-cast where possible. Obviously, they don't use die-cast at Super7. But, you know, I need it. I need it, guys. Like, this doesn't work. And this is the biggest issue to me, is the soft plastic and how it's affecting these things popping out. So, there is the things. I could deal with all the paint. That, to me, is the biggest baller, because proportionally, he looks good. Aesthetically, when you just look at him like that, it looks really cool in my opinion. I really like it. That's what I'm saying. I do really like this guy. Still. But there's a major issue here. And it's, to me, it's all in that. Again, paint is going to happen. That was a choice. And it was not a good choice, because it just kind of, like, I don't know, cheapens the figure? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that. Alright, let's do articulation in this guy, and I took these out completely, so I don't want to deal with it right now. The head's on a big ball joint, as you can see. I must not put it on very good after, because I obviously test my figures first. The head moves really, really good, honestly. You know, like, this part is not, you know, you're not turning a lot, but the head, you can go back and forth. But, because obviously it's a ball joint, so, but then there's a ball joint up here. So the head is awesome in movement, which is great. You do have two parts here that move. First, the waist, and then the upper body. So you can move those things back and forth, which is pretty cool. And I think this is the middle here, actually. I don't know what happened there, but because I'm moving it around, so I think this is the front. So yeah, you know, two parts that move. But, you know, be careful which way you move it, because of, you know, that. Although, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. Am I wrong? I'm not sure. But anywho, whatever. Those move, so you can move it around there. Now, the shoulders come out. They go in. They go around, which is fine. Get a bicep swivel. You do not get an elbow. Oh, no. You get a bicep swivel. Wait a second. And I think... it feels like the bottom moved, but it doesn't. And then, obviously, so these open up. The legs can come out. Oh, yep, they can. Utilize this soft plastic a bit, but not too much. And then can go forward a bit, even still with this. You can go more further back because it's cut back there. Why they didn't cut the front? I don't know. Again, if you're gonna do it, I mean, like, at least, you know, make it a little bit better for articulation in that regard, because I would guess it was made for, you know, to help articulate this better. Now, you do have a small hinge at the knee, but you're not getting, you're getting like one detent, and that's it, you're done. You can turn it, though. And then the foot has that. Can rock, so that's good. This part of the tail turns up here does not do anything, it looks like. I don't know, actually. Can it go back in and out? I don't think it can. And if it does, it's very tight on mine. But you can turn this part. So, you know, I mean, it's M.O.G.U.E.R.A. Like, you're not going to get a ton of articulation here. But the parts that it does have, it works. The legs are, you know, it is what it is. It could be a lot better, of course. So for accessories, M.O.G.U.E.R.A only has 3 new pieces here that we could work with. We have a headpiece that's going to be straight up like this because it's like a flying thing. Now this eye thing, little eye ridge, is better painted, and it's not like chewed up on this side like the other one. The red over here isn't perfect still. It's okay, I guess. That part looks good, so it's pretty good. And then you get these 2 pieces for the sides, which always come out. These are the winged pieces. So let's see what happens, shall we? Again, it is keyed. Pop that in. And I will pop this guy in. And then the head, as you saw. Now, I did find that this one was a little bit hard to pop in. I probably should have heated it up, but it's not the biggest of deals. There we go. That's good enough. You'll get the point across. So, you know, you got M.O.G.U.E.R.A flying. And it looks pretty good. You know, I think the wing pieces are nice, you know, because of what it is. It stays a little bit better. I don't know, not bad. Flying M.O.G.U.E.R.A. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much these would stay in. If they stay in better than the other ones. It looks like it's going to pop out anyway, so. But yeah, they are nice. They are nice. Kind of like, to see how this looks. With the wings on them. Looks like it has a nice little, like, bigger skirt. But, it's not so bad. And for your size comparisons, first up here is M.O.G.U.E.R.A with their Mechagodzilla and Destroyer. And I had to put everything back on Destroyer because his wings fell off, his tail fell off, and, you know, that's partially why I was saying I don't like this guy as much as I did before, because just like M.O.G.U.E.R.A here with the sides falling off, and Mechagodzilla with the backpack, and this is why I brought them in together, you know, things falling off of them, the tolerances not just holding perfectly on some of this equipment is one of this line's biggest bugaboos. So it really holds it down. I feel like they need to tighten their materials somehow, just make them better. Like, you know, choose different ways to attach these things, because the materials plus the friction just isn't working out. And here's M.O.G.U.E.R.A with a couple of their Godzillas, you know, a couple of very different Godzillas, with the Shogun and their original Godzilla, who I still like. And, you know, Shogun's not bad either. Yeah, M.O.G.U.E.R.A, I like his size, you know what I'm saying? I like his size, and I like how he scaled with the other 2, and I like how he scales with these. Here he is with 2 of my favorite Super 7 Ultimates with the Dragon Zord and the T-Rex Zord. And again, I like how all these mechs scale together. And of course, here it is with the SH Monster Arts, which to this day is still one of my favorite figures. And I mean, it's definitely far superior to the Super 7. You know, I was hoping the Super 7 was going to do the same thing. It kind of does in a way, it has that charm. And I really like the addition of these colors. Very, very nice. That one doesn't have it. And I can't recall, does the new one that's coming out, the new reissue, have that? I forget. I don't actually have that one on pre-order. Will I get it? I might, because I love M.O.G.U.E.R.A and I love this M.O.G.U.E.R.A and I'd like to see what the updated version is like, but, you know, this original one holds a special place in my heart as one of my first SH Monster Arts. And my final thoughts, it's a mixed bag. There's a charm to this figure that I do like. I like the sculpt, I like the addition of this like metallic brownish color, or copper, or whatever it's called. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. However, there's a lot of paint QC on this for sure, and there's a lot of little nicks in the plastic all around, and it's a little unsightly. But my biggest issue, and you guys have heard me talk about it a million times already, is the rubber. I think that was a bad choice in my opinion. I think this should have been a hard plastic at least. It would have worked out better, or felt more quality. These are also rubber, but these are bothering me less. Yeah, I don't like this, and I hate how it pops out these side panels super easy. I do like the flying mode stuff. I think that turned out pretty good. But let's talk about something here in final thoughts that I didn't mention at all in the review. And that is that they hid the extra, an additional extra head that has I-beams, as well as a beam head for Spacegodzilla in a 2-pack that's a Super7.com exclusive. You know, not everybody can get the figures at the time the pre-orders go up. Not a lot of folks want to, you know, put that money so far ahead. And I really think that model is getting a little bit old, honestly. Like, you know, not only are you hiding stuff into that model that should be with the figure, this guy comes with barely anything, like an extra head and those extras 2 side panels, and that's it for $85 when you factor in the QC and, you know, I don't know, bad rubber here in my opinion. Like, you know, for once I'm kind of like, I don't know if this M.O.G.U.E.R.A is worth getting. And if I didn't have already credit at EE, like, would I have gotten it so soon? I don't know. And like, I might have tried to wait and, you know, chanced it selling out. I'll be honest. And that's as a M.O.G.U.E.R.A fan. I love M.O.G.U.E.R.A. I love this M.O.G.U.E.R.A. But, you know, like, I really think, you know, it didn't have enough. Or they could have included a stand. If they would have included a stand, I'd been like, okay, forget the extra head. Like, a stand for flying mode would have been ideal, but give us more than what you gave us here for $85. The other figures have had more. So, I'm a little bummed about that, I'll be honest. But there are things that I do like about this figure, and again, it does have a charm, so it's a mixed bag for me, honestly. And I'm gonna say, for once, it's really more on the negative side than it is on the positive side. And I hate saying that because, again, I love M.O.G.U.E.R.A and I do like this, but there's things around it that, you know, unfortunately I can't get over those humps. I keep going back to the things I don't like about it. So it is what it is. And, you know, you're gonna have to take it for what you will. You know, your mileage may vary. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Stay tuned for Spacegodzilla. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit before I get mine. I'm still waiting for BBTS to get their stock in. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I have credit at BBTS as well to return. So I'm waiting for Spacegodzilla to come out there to get it. And then we'll see how that turned out. But for this review, hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, want to go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection. Until next time, peace out.